All right, you guys. So we're talking one last time about Unity, and I swear this is the last time because guess what? This guy right here, or this guy right here, as I continue to point the wrong way, is was the CEO of Unity, but now he is stepping down. So of course it says right here, Unity CEO is stepping down following price controversy, right? That's what the article title states. Stepping down following price controversy. But a little backstory about this guy. He's Unity CEO John Riccitello. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. He's stepping down. It seems to be linked to the backlash from all of the, hey, you use Unity, we're charging you more. But anyways, something I found interesting was right here. It says Unity CEO John Riccitello is retiring from his role as the head of the company effective immediately. Riccitello became the CEO, Chief Executive Officer, that's what CEO stands for, of the company in late 2014 and had previously served as the controversial CEO of Electronic Arts. So you mean to tell me you didn't see this coming? I saw this from a mile away reading this article as soon as I heard he was the CEO of EA from 2007 to 2014. Guess what? He made a lot of really shitty decisions with EA. That's all I got to put out there, right? His retirement from Unity comes following the recent controversy of the engine's pricing, which I still believe that they're still going to be charging too much. Anyways, this controversy started in September and escalated rather quickly. You don't say. It was relevant that any game made in the Unity game engine that passed certain installation and revenue thresholds would now be charged a fee every time the game was downloaded. And they were looking to do that retroactively, by the way. The article neglects to say that. This is the other thing, which is I do like how the article states this. So this sentence right here. The pricing structure immediately generated outrage from developers before the company attempted to justify its decisions and failed to bring the public to its side. I hope you know I was never on its side, even if they were like, hey, this is a great idea. Because I'm telling you right now, Take-Two tried that with the Red Dead Redemption. Hey, it's $50 for Red Dead Redemption and Undead Nightmare. That's a hell of a deal. Maybe in 2010, but not today. The structure for this is just going to get passed on to the consumer like everything else when it comes to businesses. So there's no way in hell they could have even justified it to the common man because it's getting passed down. Anyways, on October 9th, Unity Technologies revealed that the president and CEO was stepping down from his role effective immediately, but would still advise the company. So that's like one thing I don't understand, right? Is that CEOs always say that we're going to step down effective immediately, but we're still going to sit here and advise the company that we drove into the ground. We're taking their money. But I don't get what's the point in having a CEO and a COO, right? Chief Operating Officer, which is the second in charge. Like, why have somebody as second in charge whenever CEO step down effective immediately? They always stay on for advisory roles. If I was to step down from my job tomorrow, guess what? I'm not staying on for advisory roles. I'm seeing myself to the door, which this man should see as well. He's driven companies into the ground. Anyways, let's keep reading, and then I'm going to put more thoughts into this. An extra reason for his departure was not given those possible backlash against the company's new policy. In addition, the former Unity CEO sold over 2,000 shares of the stock he owned in the company. Bro, I thought there was a policy in place where CEOs of companies were not allowed to sell their shares until they had been removed from the company, I believe for a year, 6 months to a year. But anyways, we're looking at it right now. This fucking piggly bastard sold 2,000 shares of his stock before he announced it. Insider trading, bro. Like, why is this not even a red flag? Why is this not being talked about just like his piss poor decisions? How can you go from being a failed CEO of one company to a failed CEO to another company and sell over 2,000 of your shares and everything's fine? Why does he even have any kind of input in advising the company when obviously he didn't have the company's best interest at hand when he sold 2,000 stocks of, of this shitty company now that, used to have an okay game engine, I guess, that he just drove into the ground. Anyways, continuing on. Following the initial announcement of the changes, hundreds of developers protested Unity's on new pricing structure. Popular message device Discord also threw the shade at the company. I know for a while there, Discord was trying to rebrand as like a new version of WhatsApp. I think that didn't really go that far, but it is what it is. On top of that, Unity's offices. So this tells you that this was a terrible decision when your offices get shut down due to threats. Developers would even go on the boycott Unity ads over new pricing policy. All of their protests, however, seem to have worked to some extent, which I believe it has. It's the first time I've ever seen a company, or let me rephrase that, a industry kind of banned against somebody that's in the company or in the industry and actually get something done. And less than a month after the initial announcement, Unity has changed how its fees would work following the backlash. Under the new policy, there would be no longer be fees for games using previously builds of the engine. So like I said at the beginning, the retroactive of using Unity is no longer. In addition, Unity Pro and Enterprise users would only be subject to fees if their games gain over $1 million in revenue over 12 months and would be self-reported by developers, which I think there's going to be some, there's going to be some underhandedness there saying that, and that you're going to do, all self-reported by developers. There's nothing good that ever comes from that. Currently, it isn't entirely clear whether any of this had anything to do with his departure, which I think it should have. Period. End of story. Like, if you're sitting there and you're telling me that you sold shares before a big shitty announcement, because this dude, like, wherever he walks, he's like a dog. He goes and he shits and then he throws that shit everywhere. Like, I don't understand how CEOs work like this, because he's not the only one that makes shitty decisions, that, does stuff like this, and then bounces company to company, collecting paycheck after paycheck. And like, people are cool with it. People are cool with it. Business are cool with it. CEO, like, I mean, like I said, I don't get it. Like, there should be a big old red flag waving, because he obviously did not have the company's, best interest at hand. He obviously made piss poor decisions in EA, which caused his departure at EA. And then they turn around and they pick him up for Unity. And guess what? He's going to be joining me on this beach behind me here soon. Anyways, guys, I saw this article. I've covered it twice before, and I thought I'd cover it again. Hopefully, this just shows you that, there might be some light at the end of the tunnel, as long as you keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully that piggly wiggly little bastard doesn't get another job working as a CEO of somebody somewhere else. Hopefully it's not like Take-Two or something. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Stick around. We're going to be covering more stuff like this. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later.